Hey folks, welcome to this week's at Ping. Appreciate you guys stopping by. We got a few good questions, so let's get at it. First one, hi Ping. Rick Johnson tells a funny story about a morning practice before a national where he's really feeling it, just slamming corners and wide open everywhere. He comes into the team eager to know his lap times, and they tell him to his complete disbelief, he's over 6 seconds a lap down on JMB. Just wondering if you've ever had a similar situation in your pro career. Ever had anyone come past you so fast you shake your head in dismay? Just curious to see if top level pros have moments where they are stunned at another rider's speed or skill. Regards, Danny. Thanks for the letter, Danny. Absolutely. I think that most guys, regardless of their level, I would say even Ricky probably had moments with James or with Everts where he was like, dang, for me, I can remember very specifically Phoenix Supercross in 02. There was where my bike broke in half, to give you some reference. After that triple, there was a quad thing he was doing, then you go left and there was another triple, and it was so hard. I didn't do it in the heat race. I wasn't even jumping it all the time. That was a pretty common occurrence in the 125 class back then. And James would just carry so much speed through the turn, hit this triple sitting down, and he was just pancaking it, just flat. And I kind of got behind him in practice and was trying to draft him a little bit. And I just was like, I don't even know what this guy's doing. I tried to say it was the bike. He was just incredible. Ricky, I had some moments with him coming down the hill at Mount St. Helens at Glen Helen. He was just grabbing gears and I'm already on the brakes. Wyndham, same thing, just things he would jump and he made it look so easy. It was frustrating. So I think it happens at times to pretty much everybody. You're having you can feel like you're riding great and someone else just goes blowing past you and it's like, I don't know. I know it happens to me for sure, plenty of times. So those would be the three ones that really stand out to me. Appreciate the letter. Thanks, Danny. Next one's coming from Brad. It says, hey Ping, just a quick one. Why haven't any Japanese OEMs made a 350 four-stroke? If Yamaha was to make a 350 with their platform, I think that would be such an amazing bike and I'd be first in line to put a deposit down. What are your thoughts? I think it would be cool. Obviously, more bikes for me, especially as a guy who tests bikes, I think it'd be a lot of fun. But I think all these Japanese OEs have already shifted gears, no pun intended, from gasoline-powered engines to hydrogen and electric. They're already looking 10 years down the road. So as much as I push for bringing the 125 back and people are, want 350s and they want different things, like a big bore, like, people want all kinds of different stuff. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're already looking at what's next, and that's crazy to me because I feel like four strokes haven't been around that long, but that's just the way it is. Technology moves quickly and I think they're already on to kind of the next deal. So anyway, get some blue plastic for the KTM and just pretend. Oh, thanks for the letter, Brad. It would be cool. I don't think it's going to happen, buddy. Okay, last one. Ping, love the weekly input. You always seem to be pushing good, honest information. Greatly appreciate it. Last week was a question was submitted about suspension settings, and I'd like to take it one step further, so here goes. Would you be okay with helping a rider understand their suspension more by having them dial one clicker setting at a time, all the way in, then all the way out? Do that for compression and rebound on the forks and shock. It's a two-part question. Let me answer this one first. Absolutely. I say to people all the time, whether it's your maps, the traction control, whatever features your bike has, really get to know it. It's only going to help you. It's going to make you safer. It's going to make the bike work better. It's going to be you're going to be able to correct issues. If you get to a track and it's doing something you don't like, you're going to know, well, hey, I know that this is what it's doing, and if I do this, then it should do this. And I think a lot of people are kind of hesitant to touch their clickers because they're not quite sure what it's going to do, and so they just run it. And I would say take some time, mark down where your settings are, right? So then you can always come back to baseline if you don't like it. But do that. Go all the way in, go all the way out. Try the high speed, try the low speed, try the rebound. Just my only comment there is be careful when you go out on the track, because you open your rebound up all the way and hit a jump, it's going to shoot you over the handlebars if it's too quick in the rear. So just be careful when you go out. But I think it's a great idea to get to understand when you open them up or close them off, what does that do? I think it's a great idea. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, bonus question. He says, how do you feel about using the Supercross racing format with heats, LCQs, and a main event in place of the Nationals 2 Moto format? We could then adopt their scoring, but expand it out to accommodate a 40-rider field. Seems like that would be easier to pull in new fans that way. Thanks, Rich Klein, Allendale, Michigan. So this was tried once. If you go back, you can probably find it on YouTube. Look up the 1993 Glen Helen National. DeCoster and a promoter at the time came together and put together this deal to do one 40-minute moto. And it wasn't a success. Riders didn't like it. You know, the purists of the sport didn't like it. We like our two motos, just kind of the way they are. I think it's just, there's too much. Motocross is rooted in such a kind of history and tradition. We have a saying in the fire service, it's, you know, so many years of tradition unimpeded by progress. And the Nationals are a little bit like that, you know. Guys just they like the old school vibe of it, and this is the way it's always been done, so that's the way we should do it, right? So while I think that the concept is great, it is one thing that Supercross has is their ability for a new fan to be, it's easy to understand. A couple qualifiers, this is the main event. Whoever wins this wins it all, takes home the purse. I think for motocross, maybe new fans would like it better. I think you'd piss off so many of the hardcore fans who want motocross to be the way it was. You know, there's guys that still piss and moan that it's not 2 40-minute motos. It's only 37.5 minutes, you know. So I do appreciate the idea. Like I said, they tried it. Go back and watch it, you know, see what you think. But it wasn't well received by the industry, really by anybody. And it was a miserable hot day at Glen Helen. That might have been part of it. That was my first national I ever raced. So I almost passed out. I actually pulled into the pit and told my dad I couldn't keep going, maybe 5 or 6 minutes left. And he's like, get your ass out there, you finish, you know. And I think I ended up 15th, got number 90 for the 94 season. So fun that I got to experience that, but it wasn't a lot of fun, to be really honest with you. 40 minutes is a long time. And the way we race here, kind of like a sprint, it's not like the GPs where they used to at least pace themselves a little bit, knowing that they were longer motos. It just didn't work that great. So, but I'm open to try it. I think from a fan's perspective, a new fan's perspective, it'd be pretty cool. But I think you're going to have a hard time selling it. So thanks for the questions, everybody. Send them in. If you got videos, if you can just record it on your phone, that's the easiest way. If not, email them in and send them. We'll answer them. See you next week.